Hey guys, welcome to the Django REST Framework tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to discuss about token authentication. In my previous video, I discussed about various types of authentications. If you are not followed that one, I'm giving that video in video description. You can watch it out. Okay. Now let's talk about what are the steps we need to follow for the token authentication. The first important thing is that there are different types of token authentications. We can also use the third-party token authentications, everything. But in this video, I'm talking about something very base token authentication, which is an important and understanding the how token authentication works. Okay, so the REST framework itself is giving the authorization token. It's a separate app. We need to add that app in the settings.py. That is the first step. And the second step is like we need to run the migrate command, because since we are adding the app, so we need to run the migrate command. I will show you practically how it works. And the second thing, third thing is create super user if you are not created it using the below command, because we need a one user to authenticate. Basically, we need to use for authentication purpose, right? And the next one is generate the token manually. So to generate the token, we are going to use python manage.py drf for underscore create underscore token. This is a one important step when you want to create a token by your own. The next important thing is so how to test the token authentication. This is a testing is also one of the primary step which we need to do it, and when you create the tokens, right? So testing we can done with the various ways. One is the using the curl command, and another one is the HTTP. So basically we need to install this one. It's a separate Python package or Python library. So pip install http IE, which is a separate one. We need to install it, or else we can use the postman. So I'm going to tell you here, I'm going to use the curl command and postman if you can understand very easily. Okay. So I will clearly tell you that how to use them in practical way. You'll get some more idea. So this is an important step once you've done the token authentication. Now you can see there is something called here testing using curl command. So this is the command we need to use, curls dash x get command. Get is a method, get post, like that. Then enter HTTP URL, then authorization token, whichever the token you use, and you will get the details like this, which you are seeing on my screen. This is an example. And also like we can test this one with the like postman testing using the postman software or like postman product. So you can see here, when you are going to queue the order list, if I want to fetch the orders, I need to provide the username and password here. So now you got all the user details like this. Okay, let's do the coding and we'll get more idea about how to do it in practical. Okay, before going to write the coding, let's have a look into the Django REST framework documentation. If you go to the API guide and you just click on the authentication, and after that you see that in the left side there is a different types of authentications which you have seen in the last session as well. So now I'm going to click on this token authentication. Now you see these are the steps we need to follow when you want to configure. This is not third-party token authentication. I'm going to create another video for the third-party token authentication, how to do it. This is an inbuilt token authentication which is given by the Django REST framework itself. Okay, so we'll do the same steps, and steps are very clear in this documentation. And you can see here we need to add this app, and after that we need to run the migrate first time when you are running it, and after that we need to do like these are the following the steps which we are going to do it. Okay, and we also, you can see there is a curl command here, so we can also use the curl command, and that's how it works. So now what we are going to do, right? So we'll go to the token authentication menu, and that we need to copy this REST framework authentication token, and you can place into the go to the settings.py, and then we can add this whatever we copied. So that is a REST framework authentication token. So just remove the quotes, and you need to add the comma, and after that we just need to mention that these two are like REST underscore framework and REST underscore framework authentication token. These two are like built-in apps for Django REST framework, And the next one is this one is the like we define these products, right? So project based apps. So I just differentiated here. Okay, so one is the built-in apps, another one is the project apps. Okay, so after that, what we need to do, right? So we are going to use something called python manage.py and use the migrate command here, right? So this is an important step, guys. So use the migrate command and we need to run it basically, right? So that's how like we are going to create our tables, because since we added the REST framework authentication token, we need to run this one to execute the app to run on the table, right? And I also see that there is a database name is called the MDB and username mcommerce and the password is the admin. Actually, I use the Postgres here. If you are the first time is looking into this, already I created the Postgres connections related video. You can watch it out in the playlist. Okay, so I hope you have everything is clear now. Okay, I just opened the PG admin. Now we can see the database details here. So now I'm going to expand the PostgreSQL. It is asking the password. In my case, is admin. It is actually server password. After that, we need to expand the databases. You can see so many databases in my local. So basically, we created a mcommerce DB that's called MDB. In that, we have need to go to the schemas and go to the public and go to the tables and see these are the tables already we have it, right? So if you can look into this one, let me expand this way. And you see that there is a basically Django is going to provide 10 tables, or we can say 10 models, which we are having here. But we created the product and product category. These are the we created for this project. All right, now we added the new app. Okay, now we are going to run the migrate command. Now we'll see that is that new table is going to create or not here. Now I'm going to execute the migrate command. So python manage.py and migrate command. Now you see that there is an authentication token, right? So apply all migrations admin auth token. This is what you need to observe here. This is a new token which is, I mean, new table which is created. Okay, so I want to cross check this one in the database. Okay. Okay, let me refresh the tables. So here already 13 tables are there. Sorry, 12 tables are there. I'm going to refresh here. You see there is a 13 table which is created. So what is the table name? Authentication token. What are the columns are there here? Key, created, user ID. Okay, this is how it is, guys. So you can refresh also, and there is no, you can't see anything much about this. I'm just going to click on the view date and view date, or so view data and all rows, and you see that select star from the authentic uh, so yeah, authentication token underscore token. So I like that, AUTHTOKEN underscore token, right? So here there is a key and created user ID, and we are not seeing any data because we are not done anything at this moment. We are not created the token also, right? So once we created the token, and the key will be stored here, and when you created and the time zone and who is created this token, right? Whether it is admin is created or any special user is created for this, all this information which we are going to see it in this table. Okay, fine, let's keep on doing the coding and we'll see how it works. Now what we'll do, right, so we are going to run the project. Okay, so let me run it first, or like we need to create new user. So if you go to the documentation here, and you see we need to create a token. Okay, so let me show you where it is. And there is a DRF for token. These a lot of steps are there, you don't need to worry about too much onto this. We are going to look at later. So you can see in menus, since version 3.6.4, it is possible to generate a user token using the following command, right? This is just for testing purpose which I am doing it. This command will return the API token for the given user, creating if it does not exist. Okay, if I want to go into create this one, for example, in built I have the so let me copy this first, DRF token. So for I'm going to create for admin because we already have the admin here user. So I'm just going to give the username here, just enter, and we got the token. If you want to create new user, you can do it. If you're first time and you are not created any user so far, and you need to use the python minus.py, and you need to use this something called create super user. Okay, so this is the command, guys. Okay, so user and enter, and give the username is just for testing test, and you can give the test at gmail.com or test whatever the test email.com, or like password is also test. Again, I'm entering the test, and you say yes. Okay, and just for testing only. Now I'm going to use the okay, so instead of the admin, I'm just going to give the test here, and you see that there is another token is created. So for every user we can create a token. This is the basic stuff which we can do it on the Django REST framework. When you use the app is called here app, you can see here the app name is REST framework authentication token, right? We already created the two tokens. One is for the user admin, another user is test. I'm going to like refresh this table, and you see there is a two tokens here. One user id is 1 and 2, and when we created all this information which you're able to see as right. So today when I created all this information, you can see, and the key is also there here, right? The key and created timestamp, so how many users you created, how many tokens you create, all the information will be stored into the authentication token. That's the reason we need to add. So this is we can see, and also more important thing here. So if you want to secure these tokens, also we can secure in the form of encryption process. But yeah, let's just keep it aside. So we'll debug more into the upcoming sessions. Yeah, right. What is our next step is we created the token, and see, this session is not going to end in this video, and we are going to take another like third-party authentications and all in the latest sessions. We'll get more idea. Authentications are very important, guys, in the REST framework. Not only in the Django, even if you are using the PHP-based or like Java-based REST frameworks, authentications are very important. Now I'm going to do something here. I want to validate this token, right? So either I'm not going to I'm going to use the postman, or I'm going to use the any other uh, like curl command and all. But before that, so where you are going to apply this authentication, see, there is a very important step, guys. Okay, so you are going to do the token authentication for all the authentications. I mean to say that, let me so if I'm going to this one, okay, so here already we have the base authentications, session authentication. Are we going to do this token authentication for the global level? Then we need to add here. Okay, so we need to add the class. Okay, so go to the documentation. The steps are very clear. Okay, so better always recommend you to follow the Django REST framework documentation, because the best is the Django REST framework documentation itself. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the Django REST framework, and so this is the class name. So you just go here, and you just copy this same thing. Okay, I'm just going to copy this whole thing, or else already you have this piece of code in the Django REST framework documentation itself. Also we can do it. So I'm just going to copy this. So yeah, we are done now. Okay, so yeah, this is fine now, and but we don't see any specific because I want to implement this one not at the global level, but I want to implement this one at the a specific level, a specific API view level, that also we can do it. So already created the one URL, so to authenticate the some product list. So I'm just going to copy this code, and we are going to apply. And you may wonder, this command also there in the Django REST framework documentation. So okay, so yeah, this is a command which I actually taken here, right? But I have changed the token based on my requirement. I have changed the HTTP also. If you look at the uh, here, the curl dash x get http all this authorizations token. So I'll give you this command even in the video description, you can take it from granted. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this code, go to the the command prompt. So just one second guys. Yeah, here I'm just going to copy this and enter. You will see there is something called authentication credentials are not provided. Absolutely fine, because if it comes to the in the settings we added, but when you go to the actual views, I want to go to the views first. In the views, basically you can see here we added only, I think if you go to the URLs, product list, right? This is a list of products, I think this one, yeah, correct. So here we are not added the authentication, token authentication explicitly, we added only that one. Okay, so we need to add token authentication, so that's fine. And when you added the token authentication, which will be already there in the REST framework authentication, so here token authentication which is got added. Now what I'm going to do, right, so I will go to the again command prompt. I'm just going to execute the code. Now see that list of data which I'm able to see it, right? So see, we need to validate very clearly, right? This authentication is working fine for me now, right? So go to the code here. So simply either we need to add, okay, let me show you now. So either we need to add this way token authentication, or else here in the authentication classes also we need to add this way. So this is the way guys. Okay, so either we need to add in the decorator for the function based views, or we need to add the token authentication for the, here also we can add, sorry, not here, inside the box here, right? So this is a variable now. Okay, so token authentications, this is a class variable, and the previous one is the just a decorator reference. Okay, so that's how it works. Basically we want to validate. Now you may wonder how to validate this one with the postman. Okay, that is also I'm going to show you now. Okay, now let's get validated the URL. So before that, we need to check our server is working fine. Yeah, it's up. And go to the Postman and add this URL here. If you have any doubts how to do this everything in the Postman, already I created an the video. I think in the serialization playlist. Go and check my playlist. You'll get more idea because I'm creating videos in the sequential manner. Okay, this is not suddenly I'm using the Postman. Already I have explained the Postman how to work with. Now this I'm going to use and click on the send, and we'll see that definitely we'll get authentication credentials were not provided. We need to authenticate this. So for that we have to go to the AUTH here, and okay, so we need to provide the authentication. So we can add the basic username and password. So here in this case I'm just giving the admin, and the password is also admin. Now I'm just going to click on the send button, and you see that all the list of data which I'm able to fetch of by passing this information, right? So this is a basic authentication which we are doing it generally, right? Even if you can go to the check the header section, and you see that all the information here, right? And this is also in the header section also we can see the rest of all the informations how it works. Now I'm giving one small what I can say small assignment to you, how where I can see the token here, because we are talking about token authentication. Where should I see the token here? I am not able to see the token here. So this is an assignment guys. I will tell you in the next video how to see the token. So here I am not seeing in the header section, I am not seeing in this header section, but I want someone, if you know it already, just add your answer in the video description. It will be great. Otherwise you can watch answer in the next video and we'll see. This is all about the basic idea about the token authentication. So in the next video I will come up with the third-party authentication for the token authentication, so we'll get more idea about it. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we are going to see a lot of content in the Django REST framework in the upcoming sessions. Thank you.